Hi everyone. Today's episode of the Dedicant class is the last one. We are finally talking about the Oath Rite and the write-up and whether or not you actually want to submit your work. So first things first, with the Oath Rite, it does need to be a court order ritual in full ADF style, and the requirement is as follows. Now let me grab it because I don't have it open right now. Okay, the requirement states a text of the dedicant's oath rite and self-evaluation of the dedicant's performance of the rite. Suggested 500-word min, which would put that at a 1,500-word maximum. The word count does not include the text of your oath or the oath rite if you include the entire oath rite itself. Now, there are times when you would just include the oath versus the entire oath rite. If you're writing an entire ritual specifically for your oath, that is a time when you could include the entire oath rite and not just the oath itself, because that would show your usage of different parts of the ADF core order and how you executed those pieces individually. A good example of a time you would not include the entire rite, but just the oath, is say you are a member of a grove and you are planning on doing your oath during a high day, during a blessing rite, etc., then you would just have your oath in your work. That's what I ended up doing, and it went through just fine. So for adequate, for the write-up, it says word length adequate, includes the self-evaluation, includes the oath text. An oath reflects a dedication specifically to the beliefs and practices central to ADF Druidry. This is not an oath to ADF specifically. It is an oath to the ways of old, to the ways of our Druidry, to essentially the old gods and the bargains you wish to keep with them. Depending on your hearth culture, these can look slightly differently. You may wish to look at different wording specific to your hearth culture. Different ones have different little snippets of things. Some Celtic ones will have until the land opens up and swallows me, till the sea rises up against me, until the sky falls down upon me, stuff like that. One thing with oaths that you want to make sure of is you try and make sure you have a what happens if it fails. So that is one thing that you do want to look at and make sure it is something you can live with. Now, the oath rite itself, there are examples on the ADF website, as well as I believe in the Our Own Druidry guide. You do not have to use them exclusively. You can write your own. You can even write your own oath. You do not have to use the ones given. With that said, you do want to try and include some of the wording, have the flowery language, etc., but keep it true to yourself. I do know I did adjust mine and it worked out fine. Now, the age-old question. I've done all this work, but I don't really want to submit it. Well, then you don't have to. The Dedicant program is required for any higher study programs. However, if you wish to do the path of the Dedicant and not hand in your work, that is totally cool as well. Some people do, some people don't. If the reason behind you not wanting to submit it is because of personal revelations and things that are in the meditation journal or in the review of your high days, things like that, it is perfectly acceptable to rewrite certain parts to leave those out. When it comes to that meditation one, if you're including your journal instead of writing the essay, write the essay instead. You can choose what you put in. You just have to make sure that you're going to meet requirements. I've done that in a few cases with different programs myself, had to actually leave out certain experiences because they were too personal. I believe I actually also did it in my meditation requirement for my Dedicant oath. So that is one thing you can consider. Essentially, you want to ensure that anytime you're writing any of your stuff throughout the thing, that you're making sure it's stuff that you don't mind sharing with another person. And sometimes that's the hardest part for people. Sometimes people want to do the dedicant journey and not go on to other study programs, so they don't see the point in handing it in. But it's all about your own personal journey. So if you do wish to go on, you will need to submit it. The review process at the very end. You will submit your dedicant path as one whole document to the SP tracker. You can find that under training and submission links. Once you do that, you will get an email stating that it has been submitted and you will be assigned a reviewer. There are those of us who we are on a special little list, and we are the ones who review the dedicant path. When this class started, I was not among them. I am now. With that, you will be assigned to one of us, and we will work with you until you are done your path and it is able to be accepted. You do not end up with a different reviewer with each revision, anything like that. It's completely one reviewer per time you per item you submit. With regards to that, you know, it can take up to a week or two for us to pull it down, and then we have to have it back within a week or two. There was something else I wanted to say. And that's how it works with the study programs after the dedicant path as well, is that you, for one course, you will have one reviewer. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Do not be discouraged if you end up with revisions. This is a human thing. We all end up with revisions at some point or another. It happens. You will end up with a document of things to change if you end up with revisions. You will actually get an email back from your reviewer saying, you know, this was good, this needed a little bit of work, you know, you might not have the concept here, things like that, with suggestions or questions as to how you might be able to fix the write-up for the requirements. For those, essentially make your changes, put it back through the SP tracker. The same reviewer will pick it up and continue on and do the review again, and typically check those areas more closely than the last time, so that way you can ensure that you've got concepts down, you've got, you know, word counts correct, things like that. I don't know if there's anything else with regards to the submission or the thing for, there is one thing. It states a piece of jewelry. I know people who have gotten tattoos, stuff like that. In other episodes, you all have seen this pendant. Oh, let me change it. This is mine. You'll pretty much never see me without it. But some people choose rings, bracelets, anklets, jewelry of any sort. You know, they might decide to get a tattoo, things like that. They're all acceptable. It's essentially just your way of saying, yes, this is what I want to do. And it's your reminder of your oath. Now, with that said, I don't think there is anything else. I will make sure I go through and have all of the videos accessible, because I don't think I do at this moment. But if you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to put a question on the bottom of this video, because I will get an email at any point. Even if this video is, you know, 2 years old, I do not mind answering questions. So please send them on over and I'll do my best to answer them. Those of you who know where I am on Facebook, you can poke me there. Those of you that have my email, poke me there. ADF members, I am easily found. I'm the only Chelly in the database. All right. So have a good day and good luck.